Hey, what's good, y'all? So I know what you're asking. How did we get here? Well, I got the answer. So the Ellises in the Time Machine is the product of a millennial black father being forced to explain to his black son why he has to proclaim that his life matters. You see, at the beginning of this year, the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd captivated America to take another hard look at race relations in this country. As many in the world rallied behind the Black Lives Matter movement, some people, as expected, took exception to the phrase. It wasn't until Jackson, my oldest son, while awaiting the start of the NBA season and watching some of his favorite athletes make PSAs and wearing t-shirts, asked me a question that rocked me. Daddy, why do we have to say Black Lives Matter? Doesn't everyone already know that? And isn't it racist to say only Black Lives Matter? At this point, that's when I realized he was ready for the talk. Now, the talk, for you guys who don't know, is the conversation black parents have had to have with their children to ensure that they get home safely since we've been brought to this continent in 1619. As a black parent, having the talk is something you dread because you literally watch their innocence leave their body as you explain the severity of certain consequences simply because of the color of their skin. To be honest, I struggled with how and when to introduce the talk to Jackson, but since he asked this question, I felt he was mature enough to handle the subject matter. But like many other parents, I struggled, especially with the words needed to describe black existence in America because I didn't want to teach fear, hate, or plant seeds of pre-existing traumas or be the catalyst for a potential self-fulfilling prophecy that will create a reality my sons will never be strong enough to escape. So I said, you know what? Let me just teach him the history. Now, when I say history, I'm not talking about black history, but American history. The history that is often glossed over or omitted altogether in many public school curriculums. That's when it hit me. Our children need to know the whole history. So here you have it. The Ellises in the Time Machine. Why do we have to say Black Lives Matter? An introduction to American history through the eyes of a 9-year-old black boy seeking understanding and reconciliation with the images he's forced to have to witness today of black bodies laying on the ground and no one being held accountable. When I wrote this book, I wasn't only thinking about children. I was also thinking about the parents. The parents looking for a way to explain black existence in America with details and images that won't instill fear, but instead invoke thought. And hopefully, empower change. Listen to me. No one wants to have the talk with their children. But I've learned that neglecting to show the future our past is the easiest way to guarantee that our past will soon become our future. So here you have it. The Ellises in the Time Machine. Why do we have to say Black Lives Matter? A book from me to my children and from our family to yours. Available now on Amazon.com.